Hello there, future house flippers and arcane agents. Fannie Mae here. You've probably heard of me, so I won't bother with too much introduction aside from being this year's Estate Enchanter of the Year and the hold of the top arcane acreage agent 3 years in a row. Bottom line, I'm the top realtor at Dungeon Dealers Realty, or as we like to call it, DDR. What's DDR, you might be wondering? You see that crumbling, dusty manor with the suspiciously glowing cellar? The one where the trees whisper secrets and the gargoyles seem to move on their own? That's our bread and butter. At DDR, we don't just sell properties, we sell experiences. From dangerous dungeons overflowing with goblins to haunted castles with spectral dance parties, we specialize in properties with a little extra character. We're not your average real estate firm. We're problem solvers, negotiators, and frankly, we're the best in the business. So if you got a knack for navigating cursed kitchens, charming grumpy ghosts, or simply seeing the potential in a property that's actively trying to eat its occupants, then listen up, because a career at Dungeon Dealers Realty isn't just a job. It's an adventure. And trust me, the commission on a truly dangerous dungeon, it's to die for. So, get logged onto the Ethernet and check out our site to submit your application. We're looking for the best, savviest, and most importantly, bravest salesfolk out there willing to take on the challenges we at DDR overcome every day. What are you waiting for? Sign that scroll and send it our way.
So welcome everybody to a very special one-shot for Session Zero Heroes called, well, it's Business Wizards is the system, the TTRPG Business Wizards. It is created by 9th level games. It uses their polymorph system, and it is created by Mesnard and Watson. Hopefully I said those right. But it is a fun little kind of zine-style TTRPG. It's not super rules-heavy or anything like that. It's pretty rules-light, and it's pretty focused on telling kind of a goofy, hilarious story where magic meets corporate craziness, you could say. So hopefully it's a lot of fun. Hopefully those of you that are listening get a big kick out of it, and hopefully you guys all playing all have a laugh as well. So jumping into things, let's all introduce ourselves. Obviously, my name is Skylar. You guys who are listening probably know all about me. I chatted with Haven the other day for a Session Zero University episode, which was really awesome. So my introduction, I'm usually the semi-forever DM over at the Session Zero Heroes. And yeah, I mean, that's basically the gist of what you need to know about me. I think everybody's more interested in each of you. So let's go through, I'll start from the top of my list of just everybody that I have listed here. Claire, do you want to introduce yourself?
Me, I'm Claire. Hello. I'm playing Millie, Mildew Harbottle from Sorcerer's Sanitation. She takes her jobs very seriously. She's got boulder grey skin. She's quite tall, 7'2", really muscular, bleached blonde hair with dark roots because it's such a pain to get it done all the time. She's got lopsided plaits because who's got the time to make it look perfect? Dark bushy eyebrows, wears denim dungarees with a big black tool belt, and always has a nice fully floaty blouse underneath.
I love it. I love it. And her speciality is kind of the sanitation department. You have some key power words with your character, and those are going to be kind of what your spell is. All the spells that you cast are going to be centered around. So do you want to share with us what those power words are?
Oh yes, we've got gas, gravitas, because that sounds really nice, and hot air.
Awesome. Fantastic. It'll be interesting to see what kind of spells you craft with those keywords. And then on the side, we also, each player has a sort of special item or weapon, or you have maybe like a pet or a sort of like a second in command, somebody that helps you out with things. This is your edge. And this edge is going to be used throughout the game whenever you roll your sort of the maximum number on your dice, or what most people would think of as like the critical. You will get to succeed at whatever it is that you're doing, and to top it off, usually that edge is involved in how it is that you succeed. So, Claire, what edge does Mildew Harbottle have?
Very interesting. She's got a sponge of saturation, which can absorb and hold an ocean's worth of liquid from one area or spill for up to 2 hours.
That is absolutely incredible, and I definitely think that's going to be a very vital piece of the adventure that we're going to go on today. Fantastic. Well, awesome. That is, I'm excited. I'll try to refer to everybody as their character names going forward to the best of my abilities. So, Mildew Harbottle, we're excited to have you join. We'll move over to Andrew. Feel free to introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm also a DM over at the Sketchy Roles podcast. And I shall be playing a character called Fizzward Poppington. I'm a little goblin wizard. I have large, thick-rimmed spectacles that I wear above my gorgeous nose. I work within magical marketing. I'm an innovator. I like to think up things to advertise for our specific company, which is DD Realty. I also have these words of power, which I shall be trying to use within my spells. Auras is the first word. Future sight, my second and my third stock markets.
Absolutely incredible. And of course, Fizzward holds a special place in my heart because I actually, outside of podcasting, am also a marketer. So I'm excited to see how that kind of plays out. So very exciting. Awesome. And then what is your sort of edge? What is the special thing that Fizzward has on hand that is going to give him that sort of up in battle or whatever it is, other challenge that kind of comes his way?
Well, I'm always carrying around my my little tablet, my magical tablet that's always at hand, and I have access to Wikipedia. So I can look up certain things to see information that might help me, but only problem with Wikipedia is it's not always accurate.
You never can tell, right? Like, someone might have had too much access out there to that Wikipedia.
Absolutely. What rotten lot. I thought I'd just mention my name is Fizzward Poppington, but you could call me Fizz. You know, Fizz to my friends.
Is awesome. All right, so we got Fizzward from the marketing department that's going to be joining you guys on your quest today. You'll need him to help you with advertising and potentially leading to sales, and that's very important for a company. Obviously, you got to be able to make those sales. So next up, I have Haven. If you want to introduce yourself and your character.
Yes, my name is Haven Joseph Lyon. I am a co-owner of the Campaign Casters podcast, as well as one of the co-DMs over there. I will be playing Hollister. Most people call me Holly, though. I'm the cutthroat of the group, whether I may seem like it or not. I'm a satyr. I'm about 6 foot tall with tall horns, and I have this nice flowing white robe with these cyan accents, and I'm part of the purification and exorcism department. Also deal with a lot of termination of clients and employees. And my secret edge that I like to bring with me everywhere, it's my heirloom that was passed down through the ages as I've been a part of this company, and my family's been a part of this company years and years to come. And I use my terminated stamp, which is this little stamp that I press, and then it turns into a big weapon whenever I need to deal with
I love it. Yeah, and what are Holly's power words?
My words of power are departments, as of course I oversee a lot of the departments and making sure I'm firing people and stuff like that. And then dreams, because I'm always in your dreams, even if you don't want me to be there. And awareness, because I need to know where my foes are at all times.
Absolutely. Got to keep an eye on those foes. Keep them close. Fantastic and awesome. So Holly obviously going to be kind of the intense cutthroat of the group, and that actually brings me to something, Jack. I know I'm going to get to you in just a second. I did forget to mention everybody kind of has a sort of style of employee that they are at the DDR, or Dungeon Dealers Realty. Hollister is the cutthroat, which is the person that's going to get things done no matter what. Doesn't matter what it's going to take. It could mean firing somebody, as you mentioned before. But whatever the case, the job is going to get done thanks to the cutthroat. With that being said, Mildew. Gosh, I got to work on the character names. This is good practice beforehand. Mildew is playing the Dynamo, which is a person that is absolutely ecstatic to be here. Mildew's going to get things done. Mildew's going to be excited to get things done. And hopefully that positivity is maintained through the course of everything. Although sometimes the job can get quite stressful. So we'll see how that goes. And then next we have Fizzward is going to be playing the Innovator. The Innovator is the ideas person, the person that's always coming up with new and innovative ways to get things done. And finally, we'll jump over to Jack. Jack, give us a rundown on your character and as well as yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. My name's Jack, as you've kindly introduced already, and I'm usually, when I'm not messing around with on the sketchy roles, being a player, I am also tend to end up GMing more than playing, and you can see most of the details of that because normally it's in-person games. There's a couple of venues around London that I do some GMing at, and you can find all the details on my social media because, shameless plug already, at Slice and D6. Yes, today I'm be playing Merle Dilaton from Humanoid Resources, and I normally I just kind of offload things to the next guy, or when it's needed, if I need an edge, then I will stick things in my void filing cabinet and they'll never be seen again. So all those complaints that you have, just get them to me and I will file them away somewhere. That's kind of my jam. Yeah,
I love that. They just disappear.
That's right. That's
just
what we need.
Yeah, absolutely. So Merle, what are your words of power?
So they are mammals, fey creatures, and swag. Just because normally, a lot of the time I can get the fey and other animals to do things, and sometimes you gotta break things down to basics, and we're all mammals at the end of the day. So it's just taking things down to a simplistic level, and then delegating to other things, which is kind of my strength, really. So I'm in the so I guess out of character, I've got the manager role,
which is absolutely necessary, and I think it fits so well with the Humanoid Resources department, as well as you mentioned before, you're delegating to other people, getting them to do all the work while you sit in kind of the higher corporate chair of managerial status.
I should say that Merle is unlike from the sounds of it, some quite vivid characters we have here. Merle is a typical office worker. He's kind of middle-aged, got a shirt and a tie. It's a bit faded, bit of stubble growing around his chin. Hair is kind of starting to recede a bit. Sort of like 40s to 50s kind of age, and he's just kind of wants an easy life, just coasting through until retirement.
Absolutely. And hey, that's the beauty of being in the managerial spot is, ideally, that's the perfect setting. You get to just kind of sit by and watch everybody else do the work while you get to sit back and hang out.
We'll circle back to that later. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, I'm excited to see that. Fantastic, and it'll be good to have somebody who will kind of manage the team, hopefully a little bit. So, otherwise, I think we're good to go to jump into our adventure today. It's a typical day at DDR, Dungeon Dealers Realty. People are running about answering arcane calls on their various magical devices. Some people are cleaning up the office while other people are rushing around filing paperwork, printing things out, or faxing things away. Whatever the case, you suddenly receive an urgent email from the boss and owner of DDR, Volda Mortgage. He's a pretty intense guy, although he's pretty nice most of the time. When he gets stressed out or needs something immediately, he can be pretty intense. And so seeing this urgent email on your computer screen ensures that you better get to it. You head off over to the meeting room that he has called you all into. And as you step inside, you see the other members of this group. You see Mildew from the sanitation department. You see Fizzward from the marketing department. You see Hollister, or Holly, from the purification and exorcism department. And of course, you see Merle from the humanoid resources. Take your seat amongst these individuals, and after only a short moment, Voldemortgage, the exhausted boss man, enters the room in his usual dark cloak, which looks a bit disheveled today. The collar is sufficiently loosened from one too many nervous pulls. Dark circles shadow his eyes, an obvious result of lack of sleep, countered by too many cups of coffee this morning. Speaking of eyes, one of them is twitching uncontrollably. You've never seen him quite this tousled and exacerbated, so something is definitely wrong. The once Dark Lord of the Shadow Realm, now the Dark Lord of Quarterly Reports, slaps down a mound of papers and files as he takes a tired seat at the front of the conference table.
I want to thank you all for taking time to meet with me today. I'm sure you all have properties to sell, marketing materials to post on Hexagram, Scrollbook, LinkedIn, or whatever the kids are posting ridiculous dance videos on today. I called you all here today in hopes that you might be able to help me with a little challenge we're trying to overcome here at DDR. And, as we all know, a challenge is just an opportunity that casts disguise self.
You're suddenly distracted by the sound of a soft but high-pitched constant scream as you look to Voldemortgage's hand, and it's squeezing a stress ball with a small mouth that seems to be where this scream is coming from. He looks at it and he tosses it away.
Oh, this property has me so on edge. I've oversqueezed my stress ball. My apologies. You see, about 2 weeks ago, we signed to sell a property that's been foreclosed upon. Something about the original owner having been severely behind on their property taxes. Anyways, the bank has since seized it and has been desperately trying to sell it, but the other realtor firms they've contracted with have all but given up on the property. It seems that the realtors they sent in to show the property never returned to work. Unfortunately, I sent Fannie Mae,
who you all know is one of the best real estate agents here at DDR,
to get the place ready to show, and, well, she too has seemingly disappeared. Now the bank is getting impatient and is planning to do an open house party tonight to show it to he stutters, prospective clients. I'm down to my last option, and that is to send the four of you with your variable talents and capabilities to get over there and get this place ready for the party tonight. We need it clean, decorated, and without any kind of magical or non-magical squatters. Now, I know you all come from different non-sales related departments, but you're my last hope. So, to kick things off, I want to work with each of you to go over a quick SWOT analysis of what this team has to offer before you head in.
And with that, he pulls down a presentation. It's like an arcane screen almost. And already drawn on it is a sort of chart for a SWOT analysis. For those that are not familiar with that, that is sort of an analysis a lot of businesses do to identify a group's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The opportunities and threats have already been filled out for you, including on the opportunity side is sort of what it is that you guys are going to be trying to do with this property once you go there. Sell the castle is kind of the header here, and listed underneath it is clean it, redecorate it, remove squatters, cleanse of negative, harmful magics and traps. Whereas on the threat side, we have obviously magical traps and curses, monstrosities, ? Spirits and entities? ? Outdated decor, definitely. Dusk, decay, and mold, probably. Squatters, probably. And whatever is causing people to disappear, that's definitely something worth looking into. With that being said, I want to ask you guys, or rather Voldemortgage asks each of you,
What sort of strengths would you each say that your group has in reference to getting this property ready? Anyone have anything in particular you could think of?
Well, before there's even any one that answers, as soon as the screen you pull down, Holly starts clapping a little golf clap, and you look over and they're just grinning from ear to ear.
Yes, Holly.
Oh no, I was just appreciating the presentation.
Oh, well, thank you. I spent all morning doing this.
It's proper Arial font right there. I appreciate it.
Yes, I considered Comic Sans, but I decided against it.
Understand.
Comic Sans! No, never!
Oh, yes, of course. No, please. You obviously have a lot of experience with marketing, and ensuring that we sell this property is very key. Perhaps you might have any strengths to offer.
Well, I definitely have a keen eye for making things look right, look great from the back end of a camera, but absolutely I could probably help with making sure that furniture is the decor that we're bringing into this property is in fitting with potential buyers for this property.
Oh, yes, you know what they're looking for. I like that. That's very good. Very good, Fizzward. Yes, making things look nice. I will put that down. Is anybody else want to volunteer any strengths?
Me. I really. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to speak over you. You go ahead if you need to go.
No, it's fine.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, my specialty would be dealing with them entities and spirits, and maybe even the squatters, if you'd let me.
Oh, yes, of course. Removing the evil spirits, that is actually your specialty, so that is very good. Yes, I will mark that down.
Oh, you deal with all the entities and stuff, and I'll deal with all the filth, all the dirt, all the muck, anything that's broken. I'll make it gone.
Oh, fantastic. This is exactly why I chose you, Mildew, for this particular job. Your skills within sanitation will be absolutely crucial to preparing this house as well. So yes, I will put sanitation down, cleaning and so forth. Well, fantastic. We have some good strengths on this group. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I think we've outlined all of the core competencies of this group, and I don't really want to brain dump on everyone here. So I'll just park that for now.
Yes, of course, yes. I think we've got a solid one in here. Fantastic. Any weaknesses we should be concerned about? Anything you personally don't care for? Anything that might hinder your capabilities?
Anyone telling me no?
Oh, all right. Don't tell Mildew no.
And call me Millie. Mildew's just a bit dated, you know? Millie is kind of up to date, a bit out there, a bit, yeah.
Oh, certainly.
Millie can do this.
Absolutely, Millie. I sincerely apologize.
It's all right.
Well, I was just going to say, I can't deal with things that smell rotten or gross. It makes me want to puke. So I'd like, if possible, boss, to be kept away from anything that's stinky.
Understood. All right. Fizzward is not to go near stinky things.
Yeah, it messes with my creative process. I can't think straight.
Well, we certainly can't have that. All right, I'll put that down as weaknesses. Fizzward should not go near stinky things. Hopefully, this place does not stink as you enter it, but I'm sure that Millie will be able to handle much of that.
Oh, yeah. I got
Oh, bless you, Millie. Oh.
Any other weaknesses anyone might be concerned about?
No, I don't think there's any weaknesses at all. No matter what, if Karen from accounts says anything, it's an ongoing issue. It's not anything relevant to this particular case that we can deep dive on that another time. But I think that we got good, synergy here between our group. I think if we get our ducks in a row, we should have everything we need just to really, grab that low-hanging fruit.
Yes, ducks. Yes, I like that analogy. I think this is a fantastic start. Well, if we all feel pretty confident into where we're going and our strengths and weaknesses and generally as a team working together to get this done, I think it's time to send you forth. Are all of you ready?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's move the needle.
Let's go!
I've already got the teleportation circles ready for you to get to the property as quickly as possible since it is tonight that we're having the party, so have a bye-bye.
And as he shouts this spell, all of a sudden, some teleportation circles open up below your chairs. They start to glow a bright blue light as you all feel yourselves pretty much just drop under the floor. And as everything sort of goes into a bright light, it will quickly fade, leaving you all sitting in front of what might be one of the most creepy, eerie, decrepit castles you've ever seen. Straight out of any given horror movie where, a group of teens goes into a spooky, derelict castle and usually bad things happen. Hopefully that's not the case for you guys, but we will see as you guys look on. Your eyes readjust, an annoying side effect of the interdimensional travel that is teleportation, and you stabilize your feet on the dirt road, which your eyes follow, leading to this great mansion or castle. And quickly vanishes, this road quickly vanishes behind you, swallowed by a deep, dark forest that seems to press in from all sides. Ahead, there's an ornate metal gate which looms above you, rusted iron twisted into surprisingly intricate designs that would look incredibly nice if someone had taken the time to clean them. As for the breeze in the air, it passes by you and squeals like a banshee as the gates sort of creak open ever so slightly, just pushed by the breeze. You can tell that the hinges are obviously very weak and the doors barely hold on. Beyond, you see a wide, stagnant moat which encircles this castle. And you look over the edge of this and find it to not be filled with water, but with an alarming array of modern trash, plastic soda bottles, old tires, deflated pool floats, and even a discarded garden gnome, all coated in a thin, viscous stream of glowing green liquid that slowly oozes towards the edges. The drawbridge, visibly rotten and sagging, lies permanently lowered across the unsavory moat, thank goodness. Its heavy chains thick with rust and suggesting that it hadn't seen the up position in centuries. Finally, perched precariously on one of the bridge's crumbling stone pilings, a familiar for sale sign from your very company, Dungeon Dealer Realties, hangs there crookedly. What would you guys like to do?
Well, this just looks right like home. Well, besides the trash and the vile goo and stuff, but it's a nice little property, I think.
Yeah, I think once we get things, once we get things right, I think it'll be an absolute stunner. And Fizz is going to walk over to that site. Let's just get this straight. It's annoying me already. And he just makes sure that the for sale sign is straight in the place that it is.
Absolutely. Fixes it so it's not crooked anymore. Nice and even and straight the way that it should be. So fantastic.
I think Holly starts heading toward that drawbridge to see what's kind of going on, if we can get that thing down or whatever we have to do to lasso it or something. Or
So the drawbridge is already down. It looks kind of like it probably hasn't been pulled back up, or maybe couldn't even be pulled back up, even if you tried. The chains that hold it look precariously rusty, and the wood itself looks quite aged and even bowing, I think, a little bit towards the gravity pulling it down towards this moat that sort of circles this property. It is down. It is there. Whether or not it's safe to cross, I guess that'd be something worth trying to find out.
Holly will walk up and not put all their weight on it, but put a foot on the front of it.
All right, you put one foot on the front of it. It creaks, but it feels solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to collapse. I think if anything, it sort of squelches a little bit, and you can tell that the wood is very just drenched in rain or even mud over the years. It's not pleasant, and it's certainly not going to impress some buyers, but it does feel strong enough to hold if you guys were to cross.
Well, looks like the entrance clear to come in. Good talk. You see as Holly walks forward.
You see Fizz is holding their breath, and they've got fingers like sort of pressed against their nostrils, and just sort of running as quickly as he can. His little legs will take him behind Holly.
All right, the both of you rush across the drawbridge, hopefully not getting any Fizzward getting any smells that he would otherwise maybe lose some constitution to. What about the other two?
All right, Millie was polishing on the gate and just kind of scraping away, and then finally got a little bit of the rust away, made it nice and shiny, and she saw the others going in. She's like, oh, well, okay. I guess, yeah, we can clean from the inside and then go on the outside, but, first appearances.
I like your instincts, best practice, just get going with what you know, you don't want to really think outside the box, but these guys, they're putting the best foot forward, and we got to support them. Just break down those silos, work all of our different teams together in just one coordinated, synergistic team. I think, you're good. I'll follow you.
There, yeah, I can do the outside in the doddle.
Awesome. And I will say, given your, specialty within the sanitation department, Millie, it definitely, you have like the sprays or whatever chemicals on hand. And so when you do a little bit of that cleaning, sure enough, there are portions that do start to shine like they used to. And I think that's really important when you guys do get around to the outside, that you've got the tools of success there for that. All right. So you guys all approach the giant wooden double doors. And is anyone in particular, not to freak anybody out, but is anyone in particular going to be the one to open them or attempt to open them?
Just the doors?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, you haven't got all day, eh?
Yeah. Holly opens them.
Let's get it done.
Awesome. Holly, you pull open the doors. Obviously, they're unlocked. This is what you guys do, right? Like, well, I guess maybe not you guys. Usually the salesperson comes here. But you guys have the key. Even if it was locked, you guys would have the key to it. You pull the doors open. They let out a loud groan as you finally push them back, allowing you visage from the inside. When you step through these grand front doors, you find yourselves in a vast open foyer with tiled white flooring that, despite being caked in centuries of dust and grime, hints at a potential for a dazzling, brilliant dance floor underneath of it. Above you, an ornate chandelier hangs silently, its hundreds of glass reflectors shaped like little droplets, obscured by a thick layer of dust. Yet, still, they catch bits of sunlight that stream in through the numerous grimy windows, casting hazy, ethereal beams across the space. In the very center of this expansive room, a massive dust-covered tarp stretches upward about 10 feet, its peaks and valleys suggesting a large concealed object underneath. This is bad for Fizzward, by the way. Stale, unpleasant, rotten, sea-smelling scent hangs heavily in the air, seemingly emanating from whatever is underneath this tarp.
Oh no, it's my worst nightmare.
Fizz, Fizz, if you wouldn't mind, if you could just maybe take that outside and just take a breather, and we'll circle back to that in like 5 minutes. But just remember that we've got to we do have to address this here, so we are going to have to come up with some kind of actionable way of moving forward with your condition, sir.
Right, you are, boss. I'll just step quietly behind. I'll be over here.
Just remember, at the end of the day, it's only a bit of grime. It's not going to kill you yet.
Famous last words. I will add, flanking the far end of the foyer, you see two sweeping staircases that elegantly curl upwards, disappearing onto a second floor that seems to be shrouded in shadows. On the either side of the foyer, Is it foyer or foyer, or does it really matter?
It's good. It depends on it. Either one's correct.
Okay.
Foyer if you're in English, foyer if you're in French.
Right. Yes, that's where my mistake is. Okay. On either side of the foyer, heavy wooden double doors stand closed, hinting at further mysteries deep inside the castle. Does anyone like to take any particular direction or interact with anything here in the foyer?
I think Holly. Are we allowed to use our spells at any time?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think Holly's gonna like take a deep whiff in as he looks at the entire place, and he just like kind of looks around, he smiles, he goes, "Oh, this place is a fixer upper for my heart." And he starts looking around, and he takes out his stamp and starts kind of like writing, like etching into the silver backside of it, and then presses down on it and says "boo." And whenever he says "boo," it like echolocates out into the room using the words of power awareness. I'm trying to sense if there's any like haunted spirits within the big hall.
Oh, interesting. Okay, fantastic. So we could call this like ghost awareness or something like that. You guys feel free to slap another word onto, as long as you use the power word, you are free to make whatever spells that you want
Gotcha.
using those words. So fantastic. You slap this giant stamp down, hitting the floor, and it sort of creates like an expansive echo through the halls of this castle as it does, casting an ghostly awareness to see if there's any other real beings in this area. Immediately as you do this, suddenly you actually see for just like a couple of seconds, which is sort of your ability, this entire room is filled with a whole bunch of ghosts, all of which seem to be dancing together. Would you imagine that given your specialties, you're able to sort of see these for an extended period of time, or is it just like a quick glimpse with this spell?
I would say I would probably, so like to describe it, like as I hit the back of the stamp, you just see as like some blue magic comes out of the backside and it like scrolls up Holly's face, and his eyes turn blue completely with like cyan radiating off of him as he's looking around.
Very cool. Okay, awesome. Yes, your eyes glow, and you can see in this room, there are ghosts that seem to be in every corner. I mean, there's probably 24 ghosts in this room, all of which are dancing to a tune that you can't hear. But you do notice that all of them seem to be doing the same dance. Like this is some sort of choreographed thing. And as you watch for an extended period of time, you quickly come to realize they're all just doing the Macarena.
Oh my God, it's worse than I thought. As he looks around. I know what I need to do in this room, but if anyone else needs to do something before I get started, you might as well go ahead. I'm going to have to pull some real tricks here. As Holly starts cracking knuckles. Sorry, what did you say?
You're going to counteract it with the cha-cha slide.
Yeah, I was thinking more of the ghoul shuffle, but they'll do too.
I'm really sensing a paradigm shift here, Holly. I like where this is going. I fully support you in your endeavor. I'm sure this is deliverable.
You see as Holly turns around with a crooked smile, like almost creepily. Thank you. That means a lot, boss.
I'm not really anyone's. Okay.
It's one of those things where human resources or humanoid resources is always like that other entity that's close enough to a boss, or maybe just like the fact that they have your job in their hands, allegedly, it always kind of feels like they're your boss or a second boss.
He certainly uses the language to obscure, to make it sound like he knows what he's talking about, and generally push it towards somebody else.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. Well, yeah, is anybody else want to interact with this room in any way before Holly gets started on his dealings with these ghostly beings?
So can we all see the ghosts?
I think, and I guess I will leave that up to Holly's decision. Is this a spell that only works on Holly, or is it sort of open to everybody?
Actually, that's a fascinating question. I originally was thinking it was just going to me, but if we want it to go to everyone else, I'm perfectly fine with that. I just didn't know the capabilities in which I could cast spells.
Or maybe you see most of it and we just get a glimpse.
Yeah, I think what happens is kind of like as Holly's eyes light up blue, there's like a pulse, like almost like an EMP that goes out. So you see like a blip of them, and then like Holly just starts going, see that one right there? That one's dancing with that one, and he's kind of doing that jig over there. And he starts pointing out each one as he's going through.
I like it. I think that's fair. So all the rest of you at least have seen a glimpse of these ghosts that sort of surround this entire room, doing the Macarena.
That's some really bleeding edge spell you got there, Holly. It's yes. Please continue.
Oh, thank you. It's passed down through my family and my family's family and their family too. And
that's cool. We can circle back to that.
Good
That's
talk.
Holly going.
All right, so Holly, you have all these ghosts within your vision. Is there any particular direction that you're going to take in trying to deal with them?
I believe that Holly's gonna try and cast another spell. And do I need to be writing this, like how many spells I'm using and stuff? Because I saw that you said something along those lines.
Oh yeah. So in Business Wizards, everybody has a number of spell sheets equal to the number of players. So each of you have 4 spell sheets total that you will be using to cast spells, and those will go in your expense reports, and you will be reimbursed. I guess the mana or whatever magical energy it took to cast them.
Gotcha. Cool.
Right, so we get 4 spells each for this?
Yes, correct. Yep.
Okay.
just be sure to file them when we get back to the office. You know, they're like they counts. They're already on my back, so.
All right, good to know that there's only 4 that we can have total.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I think what Holly's gonna do is Holly will instead of using a spell, pulls out their still has the little stamp and starts to whisper down some words into it, and you see as the stamp goes from this little small like normal stamp that has the words terminated on it at the bottom, and it turns into this huge ass almost looking like hammer that says terminated on the top, and he just lifts it on his shoulder and says, well, I need to take care of some things, and just starts like jumping up in the air and starts trying to stamp out the ghost with the other side of the stamp as it starts radiating like red energy. And you see Hollister almost becomes bigger and his eyes turn red and like his horns themselves grow larger.
He is in his zone. This is what Holly does. This is his specialty. So awesome. I am going to have you, and this will be the first roll that we do. I'm going to have you roll for liquidate. So one of the beautiful things about Business Wizards is that each person, depending on the type of employee that they play, is only going to roll one type of dice throughout the entire game. So for instance, Millie, who is the dynamo, will have a D6. Fizzward, who is the innovator, is going to have a D4. Holly, who is doing something in this moment, is playing the cutthroat, who will have a D8, and Merle, who's our HR representative, is a manager who will roll a D10. So no matter what it is that we're doing, that will be the dice that you will roll. So in this case, Holly, you're going to be rolling a liquidate. So you're going to roll a D8, and you're going to be looking for a 4, 5, 6, or 7. Of course, if you get an 8, that's a critical success. Awesome. And if you get a 1, there's a possibility of success, but there is kind of a downside to it.
Gotcha. Well, I just rolled and I got a 7.
7? Okay, fantastic. You take out this now giant stamp and you're just going around bonking these ghosts. And since this is a special item that is specifically geared towards getting, and it's part of your department as well, right? Getting rid of ghostly beings, otherworldly beings, exorcising them, purifying the area. This is like right up your alley. And you start popping these ghosts, and each one that you smack with one of these, or with your stamp, just disappears.
You just hear as Holly's going around, lock in with the dance of death. He like starts running around and stamping a bunch of things, like almost like an anime style. You just see a bunch of clouds and stuff like that as they're running around.
Nice. And I mean, hey, it's plenty dusty in here. So yeah, you're kicking up dust clouds as you go, just like super speed popping these ghosts in the face or wherever else with your giant stamp. I love it. Honestly, pretty quickly there are only a few ghosts left. I think one of them actually stops doing the Macarena and he sort of holds out his hands. He's like, oh wait.
What? Stamp me. What do you want?
What are you doing? What are you doing to us?
I'm taking care of you. Termination.
What does that mean?
You know what it means. You see a very scary look on Hollister's face.
No. I'm all for not being trapped here anymore, but which way am I going?
Well, I think that depending on how well of or good of a person you were, you're gonna go no matter wherever you're meant to go.
Oh shucks! He sort of he itches the back of his head. He's like, oh, that probably doesn't bode well for me.
And as he says that, I just thrust forth the stamp or discretion. Whew! You see, as he rubs his forehead afterward. All in days work.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think just as you're finishing off the last of these ghosts, all of a sudden you hear the sound of sort of almost echoing throughout this foyer, the sound of the song, the Macarena, sort of this continual dance tune, this almost ghostly music.
Is anyone else hearing that?
Yes, everybody. Unless I'm mistaken, that's Los Del Rio, a one-hit wonder from the 90s.
Oh, it's got a snappy beat. I like it.
Yeah, it's got that fun dance to it as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're kind of boiling the ocean here, guys. Can we maybe put that on the back burner for now? Maybe we need because we've got plenty of things to focus on here. So I'm thinking maybe and he kind of looks over to Holly and he's like, so how are you doing after all that, Holly? You everything okay?
I took care of them. I came, I saw, I conquered.
Yeah, you really dived in deep there. Yeah, some real good stuff. Right. This music's now got louder since you started doing that. So I'm just to put an idea in your think walk and see if it sizzles. Maybe. Maybe.
Holy for his brow.
Maybe. In order to move the needle here, maybe we need to approach this in a slightly action this in a slightly different way.
So no terminating.
Oh no, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying maybe we could park the terminating for now, and then maybe.
All right. Yeah.
Because I think the terminating has certainly done its thing. I'm just, blue sky thinking. Maybe there's some other best practice that we could use. That maybe we can bring other departments into this. And he's kind of looking hopefully towards Fizz and Millie.
Fizz gives the thumbs up, and Fizz, as all of this was sort of happening with these spectral figures getting stamped out, which Fizz couldn't quite see.
Right.
He's got out his magical tablet, and he's been recording the footage.
This is going to look great when we put it out on socials. Getting stuff done. You look amazing, Holly. Give us a thumbs up.
you see, like it was like during halfway through, as there's like blood, like ghost guts across Holly's face, just like smiling with thank you, with thumbs up, and then just gets back to it during.
Hey, that footage could be great for like future clients who are dealing with heavily haunted houses that they're trying to sell, and you could use that to be like, oh, let me show you how capable our team is. I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah. We're that's great, Fizz. That's like we're turning a negative into a positive, and that's really, I think, really shifting the paradigm here.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, no. Is it making any difference to the noise, however, I guess is what he's wondering. Is it
Yeah.
still really loud?
It's at a pretty, like, if there was a whole party worth of people here, it's about that loud so that everybody could hear it within this foyer. With that being said, I think after a couple of minutes, it actually suddenly kind of just fades out.
Oh, great.
Maybe it was like mood music to help you with your flow, Holly.
The
was
Background
Right.
soundtrack while you were smashing whatever it was that you were doing.
It could also,
be.
yeah, could be. It could also be maybe like one of those sensor things when you enter the property, maybe through there's a sort of door activation, some sort of rudimentary technology or spell. So, Millie, would you mind just opening the door again just for a moment?
She looks up from her broom and gives you, yeah, sure. Heads over to the door, open it.
All right. As you open the door, once again, you hear that sort of like deep, even almost like wood cracking sound as the door opens ever so slightly. And then do you just kind of like let it close after you open it fully?
Hold it open.
You hold it open? Okay. You hold it open, and aside from the sound of the breeze kind of entering through the doorway, you don't hear the music again.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, so sometimes you got to shake the tree to see what falls out,
That's fair. That's fair.
Millie shakes the door.
One of the hinges of the door just kind of pops off, and it just kind of is like hanging there by a single hinge now.
Okay, that's on me. Let's maybe let's park that for now. If you want to just put that back in the parking bay, and no, just leave it. Just put it back. Just leave the door.
You want me to leave the door open or close it?
I don't mind. Just let go of the door, please.
All right, let's see what
Not to give you pushback on your idea because on what you did there, because you actioned it precisely. It's just not really working. So back to the drawing board, I guess.
I think as you let go of the door, it slowly kind of creaks on the one hinge, and it's like partially closed, but obviously it can't fully close because it's bumping into the other door at the angle it is. But otherwise, I mean, hey, you guys have gotten rid of the ghosts in here at the very least. There's still that giant tarp that is sitting on something that's covering something that's in the middle of this room. And then, of course, you have the stairs that go up to the second floor, and then a pair of double doors on either your right or left.
Right, if it's all the same to you, I'm going to keep away from whatever's underneath that disgusting tarp. I can get a whiff, even from over here. I'm going to go up these stairs and see what I see.
Oh, come on. It's only a dust sheet. Millie was it off.
Oh, she pulls it off. All right, fantastic. So with a big tug, this heavy tarp billows and falls down, revealing a truly ostentatious statue with seems to be like a fountain. It's sort of like the central statue to this fountain where water would come out of this figure that is part of the statue. Carved from dark polished stone, and it's surprisingly clean, at least the statue is. This figure depicted is undeniably striking. A man with slicked back hair and a beaming, fanged smile. His cloak depicted as if dramatically waving in an unseen wind. The fountain's basin at its feet is empty save for a thick layer of unpleasant and rotten-smelling green algae that coats the stone, unmistakably the source of that foul odor that was permeating the foyer that Fizzward was so bothered by. There's a metal plate on the front of it, sort of a plaque, that would suggest that the figure depicted in the stone has maybe a title that is shown on this. But oddly enough, there's actually a piece of paper that's kind of stuck over the top of it that reads Claudra. And that's spelled Claudra for those that are interested.
Oh, really bringing it to the table there, Millie. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I've got this. She wrinkles her nose, then pulls out her sponge of saturation and smacks it in that foul-smelling liquid to suck it all up.
Absolutely. It just drains up all this goo that's at the bottom of this, leaving it to be just kind of just stone. It's just stone now. No gross odor coming off of it. And actually, thanks to the door being slightly ajar, I think and the breeze coming through thanks to that, I think it airs out pretty quickly over the next couple of minutes to remove a lot of that stink that was really bothering Fizzward.
So Fizz points at Millie, and he sort of does the heart emoji with his two little goblin hands, and he mouths the words. He doesn't say it out loud. He just says, "Love you," but like his lips, like mouthing that out.
Nice. Saved his nose and his Constitution for sure.
I will need to ring this out somewhere though, so keep an eye open for me.
Well, I mean, this is a fountain you've got here, so I mean, not really thinking outside the box, but it's certainly actionable.
Just to get from the fountain, it was clogging up the button.
Well, I mean, look, it's your department. I don't want to tread on any toes here. So there was a moat outside.
Yeah, that's right. I can dump this in there, then I can empty the moat. Be back with you in a tick.
Perfect.
I should go and do that.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great place to put it, at least for the time being. So awesome. While Millie is squeezing the sponge out into the moat and getting all that dirty, gross algae water out of the interior, is anybody else doing anything? I know Fizzward said he was headed upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Were there
Great.
two staircases, a left and a right one? I can't.
Yeah. They both go up to the same spot. It's sort of like those curving staircases that just lead up to the second floor, which you find is sort of just like a single hallway that seems to lead down, just one dark corridor.
And are all the ghosts taken care of in this room?
Absolutely. You made sure of that.
Perfect.
Mel will look to Holly just to see what Holly's gonna do.
Holly. So just so I understand. So there's two staircases. There's only one hallway up there.
Yes. Yep. They both lead up to that second floor, and then it's just one hallway up on the top.
I think Holly would join Fizz if he's going up there.
Okay. Sounds good. What about Merle?
Well, yeah, Merle, seeing that the others are going together, starts that way, and then also thinks, also got Millie behind. So he'll go up the stairs, but he'll sort of trail a little bit behind, just to make sure that he can keep all of the members of the team within sight. I'll just circle back a little bit just to make sure that Millie is can find us, just to make sure that we've got good synergy between all departments.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. Fantastic. So, all right. So we got Merle at the top of the stairs, making sure that Millie knows where everybody's gone. The two of you that are kind of headed down this hallway, you guys find on either side, it's just door after door after door. These are just regular single wooden doors, not double doors like before. Just single doors that lead all the way down this hallway on either side.
Well, where do you think to first?
Fizz he's looking around. Well, I'm just going to open this door, and it's the first door that he sees within the hallway.
Okay, sounds good. You peek into this first door, and inside you find just a bedroom. It's a very plain bedroom. You assume maybe based on some of your previous dealings with houses and things like that, this looks like a guest room. Maybe not like the master bedroom, but definitely a guest room. There's a very thin layer of dust that coats everything. It doesn't look like it's been used in a while, but it does look like it's been more or less upkept until maybe recently.
It's a bedroom.
I gathered that much.
Yeah.
He smiles.
I imagine there's quite a few bedrooms in this place, eh?
I'd hope so.
Fizz makes a note in his tablet.
One bedroom so far.
And just to clarify, whenever we use the spells, so like let's say I used ghost awareness, can I use that again? And does it use another Post-it note?
You could use it again, but it would use a separate Post-it note. So basically, you get 4 spells. The idea is that spells are kind of like a guarantee success in a way. Yeah.
That makes more sense. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I probably should check this room for spirits and stuff, just to make sure that nobody's overstaying their welcome. But we can check some other areas first if you want to.
Well, hold on. Maybe I can be of use since we've only got so many spells we can use. Let me have a crack at something.
And Fizz is seeing that there are so many doors within this hallway. He is going to use his words of power and he's going to use a spell. So he puts his hands out and sort of tapping on his tablet, and he says,
Future danger, future sight. That's the one I wanted. Danger, future sight.
So what Fizz wants to happen is he's going to look into the futures of him opening up every single one of these doors
Nice. I love that.
in this hallway, and he's going to make a note of any of the doors that have something dangerous or something that is going to cause himself and the group trouble.
Okay, sounds good. You cast the spell. You suddenly, your eyes glow, and you look down this otherwise darkened hallway, and each one of these doors lights up with sort of this emanating aura. And here's what I'm going to pitch to you. I like the idea that they turn one of three colors. Green, if it's safe, based on your future sight. Yellow, if there's something maybe odd, and red is dangerous. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Perfect. Every single one of these doors on the right and left side, completely green. The far door all the way down at the end of the hallway that kind of sits right in the center, it's not on the left or right, it's like on the end wall. That one glows yellow. And if at any point you look back behind you, if you were walking into the foyer, the door on the left side is glowing red.
So Fizz sort of puts his hand out, and since Holly is there with them,
Holly, I've had a vision. What I can say is down that way, at the very end of this hallway, there is a door where something potentially dangerous is inside. I don't quite know. It just lets me know what's sort of dangerous. It's middling ground over there. And over this door, over this way, it's red. Something definitely dangerous in that direction.
All right. So how do we persist?
Well, you if you don't mind me saying, Holly, and
Fizz is much smaller than everyone here. They're a little goblin guy, just sort of reaches up and just gets a sort of pinch of Holly's arm and says,
Holly, you work out amazing sort of structure there. I
Thank you for noticing. I go to the gym every now and then. You see as he starts blushing.
Seeing what the amazing feat that you performed just down the stairs, I have no doubt that you do away with whatever is behind the red door. I'll be right behind you.
All right. he says he smiles and just starts walking forward. Which one do you want? You want the yellow one? You want the red one? You want me to bring my stamp out and kill some things? What do you want me to do?
What would you say? Since you know, would you like the main course first or the starter?
Well, when you put it that way, I always like a good little starter to get me started into everything. Just a little taste here and there, you know. That's just me, though.
Well, let's go with that. Let's get our teeth sunk into. And when I say teeth, I mean yours.
All right. So you guys head down this hallway towards the yellow door, which is your snack, your starter. And you open it up, and inside you find another bedroom. This one is much larger than all the other ones. So you quickly assume that this must be the master bedroom. And as you step inside, the thing that really catches your eye, because it has a lot of the normal bedroom stuff. It's got a nice big dresser, there's a closet, and but the one thing that it seems to be missing is an actual like bed. Instead of a bed, there's actually a giant coffin, sort of just leaned up against one side of the room. And I think the one other thing that you guys notice is that unlike the bedroom, the guest bedroom, which you just saw, this one is pretty clean. There's no dust in here. It's not dirty. This room is in good condition, as if it's being used pretty regularly.
Oh my goodness. There's squatters in here. I can smell them.
Oh, Fizz is going to quickly look around to see if he can spot any identifying sort of sigils or marks on the coffin or anything within that particular room.
Yeah, absolutely. You take a quick peek over into the closet, and you notice that it's it's like in every like comedy movie. It's just all of just the same outfit over and over and over again, all hung up on nice wooden hangers, and it's just a sort of white t-shirt with the frills on the sleeves, or on the ends of the sleeves and on the collar. It's got a black vest and then a black sort of like long cape going along with black pants. And it looks a lot like the same outfit that's being worn by the statue that's out in the foyer.
Oh, and was it Claudia?
Audra, yes.
Claudra.
Yes, yep.
Holly, I might add something. I might let me have a word with my magical tablet here. There might be something online that we can find out about this Claudra or whatever.
So he starts tapping into Wikipedia and types in Claudra to see if they can find anything in particular about this individual.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you roll me an ID8 roll? So you're going to roll your D4, and you're looking for either a 2 or a 3.
Let's go. Okay.
First roll for me, please. Bloody hell! No!
Now, hold up. There is an opportunity here. So, ones can technically be a success so long as it has to do with you working directly with your department. So your department is marketing. So is there any way that you could kind of describe how your department might be able to back you up on this one, with the knowledge that your department's going to get, or your department manager more likely is going to get the credit for this sort of this revelation instead of you?
Right.
Let me just call my.
He picks up his like really giant brick mobile phone and dials up there. Hold on. Yeah, I won't be a minute. It calls into his department.
What's your boss's name? What would you say is your like department boss's name?
Ginger Vicious.
Okay. Ginger Vicious. Okay. I like it.
Hello, yes, this is Ginger.
It's Fizz. I'm out and about doing a job for the boss. Right. Would you mind just doing me a solid here? Right. I'm trying to find out about. I know we've got all of these files to do with particular individuals that have a certain style. You know, we've got all of these sheets on our walls to get inspiration from, and I think I might have remembered something. And he starts describing the outfit, the specific outfit that he's seen in this closet. Is that ringing any bells to you, Ginger? I'm coming up with we've got the name here, Claudra. Anything you can help me?
I must say you've caught me during lunch, Fizz, but based on just a kind of a basic thought of what it is that you're describing, it sounds a lot like what was his name? There was a vampire lord. very popular guy, but he kind of disappeared maybe a couple of decades ago from the public eye. Oh, what was his name? It started with a D. Oh.
Dracula?
Yeah, oh, yes, that was the one, yes. It sounds a lot like his MO.
Right.
So is that everything you need, Fizz?
Yeah, you've been a darling there, Ginger. When I get back to the office, lunch is on me, eh?
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I'll get back to my reheated pasta.
Love you.
Turns to Holly.
Yeah, Dracula apparently matches the description from Ginger. She's lovely, by the way.
Did you say Dracula?
Yeah, Dracula, some vampire lord, apparently.
Hollister looks off into the distance with a long stare. And when you say Dracula, you mean like this thing? Whoever's staying here is Dracula, or Claudra's like an acronym or something, or a pseudonym for Dracula? Like what's the beat?
You may be onto something there. You've got quite the mind on top of that big, beautiful head of yours. Maybe. I've got to say, I'm not really familiar with too much of Dracula's dealings. But what I do like is his snazzy outfit. I've always found it quite fascinating, actually.
Would Hollister know anything like more about Dracula? Like, because like right now I'm thinking in terms of like the fact of purification and exorcism that would be a well-known name to them.
Oh, absolutely. I would say, if anything, maybe give me I think this also would fall under ideate. If you want to give me an ideate roll.
All right, so I gotta get a 2 or a 3. That's a 2.
A 2? Awesome. Success. Okay. I would say yes. You think back to your work within, and I actually think this goes all the way back to college. You studied within this kind of realm of exorcisms and dealing with the undead. And one of the types of undead that had been talked about, and whether or not you took classes that specialized in vampires, I'll leave that decision up to you. But at the very least, maybe there was a general education class that you had to take about vampires specifically. And one of the sort of most famous figures within vampire society is this Count Dracula. It's very stereotypical to exactly what you probably out of game know about Dracula, right? He's this kind of like very posh, very, very well-mannered vampire, but then at the same time, he's also pretty well known for being kind of tyrannical to some extent. He would oftentimes, you'd hear about an entire village that got razed down by Dracula and his followers. And
yeah, Vlad Taylor, all that.
Exactly. But then on the other hand, you also remember hearing a lot of stories about, hey, everybody had a whole bunch of fun over at this giant party thrown over at Dracula's mansion or what have you. And also there were some times where you'd hear about a story of a whole bunch of people that went to a Dracula party and never came back. So, there's a lot of different directions that the proverbial lore on Dracula has taken based on your studies.
As Hollister's recalling that, like piecing all those things together, them thinking back to all the ghosts that they just exorcised. Well, I understand where all those people went, but all right, Dracula. Actually, this could be something that we could use, Fizz. Dracula was a big partier. And if we make it a sort of I'm thinking, you're more the marketing side, but maybe we angle this sale from hey, welcome to Dracula's old frat house,
Oh, you're, yeah, I like where your mind is at. Yeah, let me write this down.
He makes some notes.
Awesome. Fantastic. I love it.
Dracula's pad. You want it, don't you?
I think
is that the sales pitch? You want it, don't you?
I don't know.
It's a start.
Yeah.
Playing hard to get. I like it. It's a tactic for sure.
I think by this point, Millie and Merle have both caught up to the rest of the group. So you guys step into this. Assuming you want to, this large master bedroom.
Yeah, sure. Sure. I can be like, because there's a lot of moving parts, and we just want to make sure that we were keeping in mind our core values and keeping our tiger team together. Because we've been empowered by the boss. We're the tiger. What is going on in here? Just stops mid sentence to be like, what?
I'll give you the bullet points right there. Right. Here's the bullet points. Here's the lowdown from your man Fizz. This house, castle, place seems to be owned by Dracula. So that's the thing. Here's another bullet point is there's a room down that way which has something potentially terrible within it. There you go.
Maybe that room has Dracula himself in it.
But good to keep us in the loop there, Fizz. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's great. Maybe we could take a moment, team, to have a little thought shower, just to just before
is this like one of them icebreakers that we used to do whenever we would join the company?
Yeah, it's that kind of. I just thinking that this is a bit of a game changer, so we should probably recalibrate a little bit
and play a game to change the game.
Exactly. We want to make sure that we have a robust strategy moving forward. Because we've got a lot of faith putting in us, and I believe personally in our Tiger team that everyone is going to do a good job, and I'm sure we'll have that aha moment soon enough. We just need to bounce some ideas off the walls at each other and just see what.
Hey, Mel, has anyone ever told you that you say loads and loads of words, but listening to you, they just go round and round and round in a circle?
I know, right? So hard to hear him.
I don't see many people very often, so.
You're doing wonderfully. You really are.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't really sign up for this. I was quite happy in my office, but, the boss says it, and you got to do what the boss says. Anyway, let's let's make hay while the sun shines, so they say. So okay, so we've got Dracula and something bad behind.
It's Dracula. If you're gonna say it, at least give some respect to the name.
I apologize. I'll circle back to that. Dracula.
There's an R at the end that you're saying, and there ain't no R there.
Oh, Dracula.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Cool. Right. Great. Thank you for picking me up on that one, keeping me in the loop. I appreciate that. Let's really
thumbs up go in the air.
Okay, so if we drill down into this, then Dracula and red door, bad door, and okay, so I don't want to reinvent the wheel here, but maybe there's a way that we can think outside the box and really turn this thing on its head. So anyone have any thoughts?
Like what do you mean exactly? Turn it on its head? I feel like we could just walk through the door and just be like, "Hey, Dracula," or we could dress up as Dracula and say, "Hey, you're not the real Dracula, I am."
Oh, whoa. That was an amazing idea. I've always dreamt of putting on this exact costume.
And there's enough for all of us. So we could do that. We could really confuse them and be like, we're here now. There's more of us than there are you.
Dracula. It's genius,
okay, well,
Millie.
Okay, that's great. I feel like I'm the only one who's not drinking the Kool-Aid here, but I really appreciate the enthusiasm.
Join us, come on.
It's great to touch base, and I'll just I'll let you guys forward this and action this, and I'll just supervise. I'll be here if you need.
I've always heard that peer pressure is the best way to lead.
I mean, how many other chances are you going to get to wear Dracula's actual clothes?
I have an eye for these things. He's a gent with flair and pizzazz. And I'm going to get this pizzazz all over me right now.
I'm just like picturing like one of the capes just covered in bedazzled like gems.
He's got like an Elvis version of his exact like normal outfit.
It's all white and has gems over it.
Yes. I want to imagine this sort of montage of those who are willing to sort of dress in the attire of Dracula, given it all of that sort of energy, like, you know, those sort of like, oh, who did it best? Who wore it best?
It's like quick cuts of each of you, you know, putting a sleeve on or throwing something over your collar or something like that. Checking it out in the mirror as like each one of you walks up and does sort of like a modeling show style walk up towards the mirror and like does some flair. I love that. That's great. So 3 of you are now dressed as Dracula, yes?
We make this look good.
Well, it's great to touch base, guys. Real key takeaway about Dracula there. So great. Let's action this and move the needle forward, I guess. Yeah. What's the big idea? What's the real thing here? I want to hear your thoughts. The real blue sky thinking.
Are you asking like how we're gonna deal with Dracula? Sorry, Fizz. If you want to go ahead, you can go.
No. You
It's an open forum, guys.
Big man.
You can
Big
speak.
man. Go ahead, Holly. No.
I mean, like, if we're going into the red door and there isn't Dracula, then we should figure it out once we get in there. But, like, if we go in, we should either do it like how we're talking right now, like with how good we look in these, like maybe make it a fashion off and see who could be better and be like, if we win, then you have to leave your place and stuff like that. Or we do a dance off because clearly the Macarena is popular here. That's just, I'm just spitballing here.
No. That's great. It's really out of the box. You know, it's disruptive innovation. It's it's different, and they won't be expecting it. And that's, you know, sometimes that is best practice. You know, it's the best way. Really make an impact, I think.
Hey, Bill, come on. And Fizz is like grabbing one of the capes and he's just trying to place on the shoulders, but he's so short. Come on. Just see how it feels on you. Look, it's wonderful fabric. It feels so lovely, honestly.
Merle's not going to resist, but he's equally not going to help. So he's just gonna let like Fizz struggle with it.
Fizz is just like jumping up and down, trying to get it over your shoulders. We'll say that the cape sticks.
Well, how about we tell them the truth and we're like, Dracula, look, we're selling this place. So why don't you go out with a big party? We know you like parties. We like parties. We're all dressed up as you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. Help us tidy this place up and then you can go your own way.
So it's instead of leverage, you're talking about reaching out to this contact. I know that's
right. Like a big farewell party. Thank you for your service. Now off your pup.
That's a fair angle.
It's robust. I appreciate that.
Yeah, if
you see Fizz just sort of looking up, like these gears are turning in his head.
So we have the contract for this property, right? So are we saying that Dracula is squatting in this house? He doesn't actually own it, or we don't have the rights to? Because we could probably do some sort of thing where, if he's looking to stay here, we could talk about it within the terms of whoever moves in. You're moving in with Dracula, the party machine.
Make it a feature. I like it.
Is there some kind of concern though, like if our patron isn't necessarily vampire adjacent, that they would just be paying just to die?
I mean, I appreciate the different approaches here, and the pushback I think is also an important part of this process. But I would there's one thing I just coming to my mind. Isn't there I heard something about vampires that they can't get in somewhere unless they're invited. So therefore, what you're saying is we need to kick Dracula out and then not invite him back in. Yeah, or we could perhaps mislead him into leaving and then, not allow him back in.
I mean, I did study an enchantment if that's something that we need, but
we could promise. What's something that the Dracula wants? Sorry, Dracula wants. I put an R in there. Dracula wants.
Yeah, thank you. It was bothering me.
It's just a little. It's just my particular regional dialect. It's difficult sometimes.
You're all good. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
No.
All stinks.
Absolutely. It's it's just sometimes you just want to turn the page on these things,
Absolutely. Well, I'm thinking like I could potentially, depending on how we swing it, I could use a spell or something to make Dracula think that the world is his oyster or whatever they say, and use my dream magic on him and be like, "Hey, this is not where you want to be. There's better, even bigger frat houses for you to party in."
Yeah, I hear that's a purification and exorcism. That's really right up your alley. I appreciate that. And maybe we could also bring in some magical marketing into this. Holly, sorry, Fizz. Holly, if we could.
Yeah, I'm the
Fizz.
marketing guy.
Yeah, I was talking to Holly and I was looking at you and it was very confusing. I'm sorry.
You're all right.
Thought shower, a lot of things going on, brain dumping. I apologize, but so what if Fizz? There's a way that you can. Do you think there's a way that we can best advertise this, or
Well, absolutely. I'm sure there's ways in which we could deal with this, but we kind of need to find out what the deal is from the get.
Yeah.
I mean, all of this is conjecture at this point. We don't know if the person that is here is actually Dracula. They might just be fans. Who knows? But let's find out. Let's go.
No, I agree. We should drill down into the details. We really should, circle back to this meeting later and go over what we find in our bit of a reaching out investigation. I appreciate. He just continues circling around with phrases.
Fizz has started walking out the room and
Good talk. Synergy. It's nice
just
to break down
blend it.
silos, Yeah. Millie, you still here?
No, I've gone.
Yep, me. Well, I guess I'll.
I was gonna say, you see, as Hollister just waves, I'm still here. I didn't.
Thank you, Holly. That's great. Probably should see where the other two went though. Yeah.
I'll follow.
Okay. It's so uncomfortable not being at the back. It's like, fine.
You see, Hollister's just smiling huge the entire time.
Did he do stuff? He's really a passive guy. He really doesn't want to do things. He's like, okay, fine.
Awesome. So you guys are headed to the door that had glowed red previously, yes?
yeah. I guess I'm walking alongside Millie, and Fizz is like,
Is he always like that? What's your grasp of old Mal there, Millie?
I've not had much contact with him, but he doesn't stop. He will go on and on unless you can find a way for him to stop. Sometimes it's feeding him. He does like donuts. Other times it's just agreeing or, like we did, walk out. You go and get stuff done and then he can find someone else to get stuff done for him.
Do you know what? We need to get him drunk. You need to get a drink in him, I think. Anyway, loosen him up a little bit. He's a bit tight.
Well, yeah, that could be fun.
But anyway, this is the door I was telling you about. What do you think, Millie? What should we do?
I've always been told it's polite to knock. So she knocks.
A great idea. I do want to say, so you guys, to get to this door, this is one of the doors on the first floor. So you guys came down the hallway and then down the stairs, and then you're now at the door that would be on the left side if you were looking at it from the entrance. So Millie stands before the door and she offers a knock. And you can kind of hear from behind the door, it almost sounds like it echoes the sound of your knocking and just kind of slowly disappears into the distance. So whatever's behind this is quite the cavernous room or something. You're not 100% sure, but you do give a knock and there is no response.
Well, sounds like there's a lot in there. Shall we go?
Yeah, after you, milady. I'll follow you through.
No, it's mildew, not milady.
I was trying to be smart at Millie.
Oh, Millie works, yeah. Yep, she'll open the door.
All right. You open the door and you find a descending stone, just plain stone. It's got kind of like a brown tone to it, almost like a light dirt color. There are sconces along the wall that are all lit up, and it just is a descending staircase.
Closer look at the wall. Just grab it, just see how dusty and dirty it is.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dusty. There's a lot of cobwebs that kind of line this wall as well. and definitely just, it almost kind of feels like dirt just kind of crumbles off of it. Almost like this is made maybe from a mixture of sort of like a mud caking and stone.
Right. I think we're going to have to figure out everything that's down here and then just get rid of this filth. There's a lot of it. I'm going to have to chuck a spell at it, I think. One of my hygiene hexes.
If that sounds like a plan to me, you hear Holly in the back.
All right.
Don't do that.
Sorry, I have notoriously silent footsteps.
It's a real ninja, yeah.
Yes. Are you guys headed down the staircase then?
Yeah,
Millie-
we'll look at the rest of the group, and if they nod, she will lead the way.
Awesome. All right. You descend the stone staircase, and at the bottom of it, you find yourselves in a cold subterranean chamber. There's a ton of cobwebs that sort of just cover almost the entire ceiling, if not just like coming off of various corners and touching onto walls in sort of a triangular shape all across this room. The air is heavy and still, and it kind of gives a scent of damp earth and sort of that age, just like something that's just been sort of cooped up with no means of new air or escape for a long time. And additionally, amidst these various spiderwebs and cobwebs, you notice a number of characters that seem to be shuffling around this room, specifically two characters. There's a handful of what seem to be maybe 6 shuffling individuals just wrapped in this sort of paper wrapping. They almost look like mummies. And additionally, amidst these mummies who seem to be just shuffling around, following these little skittering scarab beetles that are crawling across the floor. Amidst them, you also see some skeletons, individuals with no flesh on their bodies whatsoever, just the bones that would hide underneath. And they each have a broom, and they seem to be just kind of following along these mummies, sweeping up the floor behind them, because these mummies seem to be just dripping sand onto the floor constantly. Every footstep that they take, a bunch of sand just crumbles off of them onto the floor. This is the scene that you see before you.
Oh, come on, you guys. Look at them. And they're doing their best, those two with the brooms, bless them, but...
Do you think they're, like, enchanted to, like, make sure that it stays clean? Like, why would they even put the mummies in here if it was just going to make the place dirty?
Right. Well, maybe they were going to go and, like, clean the rest of the place, but these mummies are just... Well, I mean, they're just, like, leaking, aren't they?
Millie, maybe we could... maybe we could get them to work with you or help us in cleaning, tidying up the property if we can deal with the wrapped up folk.
Like that, yeah.
Along the wall, you also notice there's a handful of like ornate, almost golden looking sarcophagi. Sarcophaguses?
I think you're right.
Sarcophagi.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Sarcophagi. That are just kind of like leaning up. Obviously, they all have the doors open and they're all empty. There are 6 of them that you notice, that you count around this room, just like how there are 6 mummies.
So maybe we need to try and get them back into the coffins or sarcophagi.
Yeah, instead of thinking out of the box, we got to put them back in the box.
That's a good pun, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a robust feedback, and I appreciate that.
Anytime. All right, how we doing it? How we putting them in their coffins? We doing a little like, hey, you over there, and then like trying to shoo them in, or like what?
Well, there seem to be more of them than there are of us, but perhaps that is something I could change. Mo will just straighten up his tie and just say, so this like greenish glow emanating from him will say, "Fey creatures," and it summons some fey creatures.
Awesome. What kind of fey creatures are you bringing into this room with you guys?
These will be sort of, I guess, these kind of fairies, like wind fairies, air. They lot to do with the wind in the air.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think there's a system in this. If you want to roll your D10, and then that will kind of help us determine how many of these fairies are inside.
I'm delegating to the fairies.
10. Wow. All right. Max number. Fantastic. All right. Technically, you can actually roll again because it does explode the dice whenever you roll your max number. So we're about to look at a very large number of fairies in this room.
8.
Here we go. All right. Wow. All right. So 18 fairies just manifest throughout this room. What are you having them do?
Okay, so if you could all just round up these individuals, reach out to these wrapped individuals and get them to circle back into and park them inside their boxes. Then we can, we'll see what's next. But let's go. Good hustle, team. Go SWAT team. Make hay.
All right, sounds good. Your fairies immediately get to work. I think that probably between the 18 of them, one at a time, a handful of them, maybe like 8 or so, or maybe they split in half, right? 9 are pushing each mummy back into their sarcophagus, and then the other 9 are waiting with the door to push the sarcophagus closed. And one by one, you make pretty quick work of these mummies that are dirtying up this entire space, leaving you with just the skeletons. And then, of course, you do notice the bugs on the floor, the scarabs on the floor, and then above you in those cobwebs and spider webs, there are some spiders that you do see skittering around as well.
Well, that's one actionable item. That's me, Millie, cleaning.
Sure. I'm going to get some dusters out, give them a shake, and get to work.
Oh, I thought you were going to delegate to the skeleton. Nope. I won't harsh your mellow. You carry on.
Oh, no. They can... Oi, you, Boney, Tony. What are you?
One of them stands at attention and salutes.
All right. You start on that end. And you, Skinny, Sticky, Whitey, go do that side.
Do you want to give me a delegate roll?
With my D6?
Yeah,
which you up with this one. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fair. You're giving orders to get somebody else to kind of start working for you. So I think that's fair. You're looking for, I guess in your case, 5 or 6.
That's
Sounds
6.
good. Nice. Yay. Okay. Both of them standing at attention. They both give you like kind of a salute, and immediately one goes off to one corner and just starts sweeping away, and the other one starts just kind of cleaning whatever area you pointed out for the first one.
All right. I think I could leave these guys to it and then come back.
As all of this has been happening with Merle bringing on his fairy team and Millie delegating to the skeleton squad, Fizz again is got his magical tablet out and is sort of filming footage of all of this stuff happening for use later in a sort of advert. Amazing! You guys look amazing.
And the skeletons, like, they look up and they're like, they're a little surprised. They kind of have that like, oh, stop recording me kind of a thing, but they give you kind of like a thumbs up, like sweeping, and they've got this big smile on their face. They're not looking at where they're sweeping, and they end up like bumping into a wall, and they shake their head, and then they go back to what they were doing. Yeah, free cleaners, I guess. That's a great advert right there. Fantastic. All right, well, you guys have successfely gotten rid of the mummies that were down here in this basement, this unfinished basement area, and you've gotten the free help in the form of 2 skeletons to start getting things cleaned for you. Where are you guys headed next?
What else have we not? What else do we have options of? Just because I'm forgetting.
Actually, the only thing that you haven't checked out yet is that other door on the main floor on the opposite side of sort of the foyer.
Well, I guess let's go there, right?
All right, fantastic. You guys head back up those sort of musty, dirty stairs to head over to this second area. And you open up the doors to find an elegant chamber lined with a number of portraits that are hung on the wall, each depicting a sort of adaptation of Dracula, wearing different historical and even oftentimes celebrity-like attire from, again, various decades. Dusty bookshelves packed with ancient-looking volumes stand against the opposite wall from these walls of portraits, creating a sort of forgotten grandeur. This room looks like a place to entertain high society guests, have a few drinks, smoke a couple of cigars, and maybe play like a game of pool. one key feature is that in the middle of this room is a small circular stage, and on top of it sits a beautiful grand piano.
Maybe this is where they played the Macarena, but only instrumental version.
Yeah, this Dracula knows how to party, it seems. No sight of them now.
Doesn't appear to be. Maybe they accidentally fell in the moat outside. Happens to me before.
Yeah. Sorry, out of character. What time of day is it?
That's a good question. I would say it's probably hitting around like maybe noon to 1 o'clock at this point.
Okay. So
Fair ask.
in which case, Merle will take a look out where some light. Hopefully, there's a window that you can look out on.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I don't mean to push back here and to really dampen anyone's idea shower here, but maybe it's because it's daylight that he's not. Although surely he would be. I thought he would be asleep, maybe, or something like that.
I feel like we would have found his coffin by now. I mean, right?
Well, there is a coffin. There is a coffin in the bedroom. We where we got these snazzy outfits from.
Was that coffin open?
I don't think it was open.
DM, it wasn't open?
It was not.
Are you telling me that we didn't check the casket for Dracula himself?
I just look, like I said, not gonna lie, I like his style, but I don't know this lore and history. It's not my jam.
That's okay.
We'll have to circle back, I think, at some point.
Yeah, we can really drill down into that later on. We've got some real learning there, everybody. We can't take any of these things for granted, I guess. So, but speaking of things not taken for granted, grand piano. Does anyone know how to play?
No.
I am not a musician myself, no, sadly.
I am creative in many ways, in the visual and the musical. Let me play a little ditty for you. He gets up. Maybe we could use this as a jingle in the advert.
Sure, if we want to have core competencies, we could.
Here, I'll take your fantasy camera if you want me to.
Oh yes. I'll catch my good side.
All right. You see as Hollister has never really held a video camera before, and tries to get a good angle, and it's crooked in his hands as he's trying to put it up. It seems like it's time for you to go. I press the button. It looks like.
So Fizz starts playing on the piano.
Oh, what a beautiful house this could be. We have Dracula. Used to stay here. And if you like to party like a monster, this would be the house for you. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. As you kind of come to the end of your song, you hear a voice come from behind you that says, "What a drag, man." And you turn to see, to look to where the voice kind of came from, and there's nobody standing there. But instead you see one of the paintings of Dracula. Its mouth is moving. And it is ironically, the 1970s Disco King Dracula painting, which has the exact outfit on that we had mentioned before of sort of that Elvis impersonation Dracula style outfit.
The one Fizz is wearing right now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the one that Fizz is wearing. And he says, "That is so bogus."
Oh, everyone's a critic. Yeah?
You keep on trucking elsewhere.
What, you didn't like my song? What was wrong with it? Constructive criticism, if you please.
Constructive criticisms, all I can offer is the worst criticisms I've ever understood.
Well, everyone's... everyone's allowed to say, mean things. Just me coming in here trying to tell my friends and play something nice for everyone.
I thought it was very nice, no matter what the bad painting says. He ain't even look like Dracula,
Right. I enjoyed it too.
If I may, that criticism was kind of robust, but that doesn't mean perhaps there could be some other reason. If we sort of really really drill down and deep dive into this guy in the painting here. I take it you haven't seen many other sites, being that you can't move. Is that correct?
One of the other paintings, the 19th century sort of romantic hero or Byronic poet speaks up. It's also Dracula. Obviously, all of them are Dracula. But this one speaks up and he goes, "Balderdash, I have been everywhere and experienced cultures beyond your wildest dreams."
Okay. I meant you individually as paintings haven't left this room, correct?
Yeah, notice how there hasn't been any clarification of what those experiences were, but just a generalized statement.
Yep, that's really true.
One of the other ones now speaks up. It is a 18th century, kind of looks like a enlightened gentleman, and he says, "Fie upon your manners! You are as dull as dishwater."
No, there's nothing constructive about any of the criticism that's being had here.
Well, we can always maybe park this for later. And he just goes over to grab one of the paintings and he's just going to try and turn it around.
All right. I love it. Do you, so there are a lot of paintings. There's really, honestly, just give me a century and there's probably a painting for it.
Okay. Great. I'll turn over one painting to make a point.
Do you have a preference on century?
Let's go with the let's go with the third one that said that Merle was boring. Although it's true, he would still want to make an example.
Yes. The 19th century painting of Dracula in a very style fitting of that time and age is shouting out, "Hey, may your trousers always be too..." as you flip him over and turn him to face the wall.
Yeah, how about that? Taking him out of the loop, you see. It's something we could all appreciate, I think.
Right. Let that be a lesson to the rest of you. All right.
You see one that's in just like a 90s. It's got like a flannel shirt, ripped jeans, Doc Martens, unkempt hair, and it just says, "Whatever, talk to the hand, losers."
Mildew, in your cleaning supplies, you wouldn't happen to have any turpentine, would you?
I do. Do you want a few drops so it just kind of dribbles really slowly, or do you want a big spritz so they just evaporate instantly?
Well, look, it's one of your core competencies. I'll leave that up to you for your, whatever leverage you'd like to use.
Is there any information we can get from these paintings, do you think, or are they just full of sass?
Why don't you intimidate them with your turpentine?
Sure, yeah. Why don't you do that? I can assist if you require aid, but I'm more than happy to let you make hay,
Oh.
Let them have it, Millie. Let them have it.
I'll get the terps out, you do the talking. All right, Merle, you're very, very good at talking.
So two of you are approaching one of them. Do you guys have a preference on which one you're going to go to? I should have probably established. I have everything from 17th century, where it's like kind of a Baroque dandy character, all the way down to modern day.
I will let, of course, we're going to let Millie choose.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, let's go for the dapper-looking chap from the 1920s. Dapper-looking Drac.
I love that. All right, sounds good. You approach, and this Dracula, this version, a very enlightened gentleman-looking Dracula, speaks out. "Sirrah, you buffoon! Fie upon your manners!"
Well, it's not very kind, is it? And she'll put a little dab of turpentine on her finger and just run it along the side of the painting just next to his portrait so the colors start to run.
Yeah, you hear almost a sizzling sound as you run your finger across this paint. And he goes,
Stop that. A pox upon your sensibilities.
Well, I'm sorry, you want a pox. Do you want more of this?
Oh, wait, hold on. No, don't do that.
Now, listen here, friend. We're reaching out to you because we feel that maybe we could have a robust conversation and maybe have some impact with our style here. But this room appears to be one that people would perform in, and so with this grand piano at its center, is that correct? Would you say that this room?
This piano plays horrible music. What do you want with it?
Well, obviously, if this place was going on the market, this would be some kind of music room, correct? This would be a performance space. And so what we can have in here is a bunch of critics that are going to give less than helpful criticism at all times. That's, not very friendly. That's not really going to gain traction with our clients. So perhaps we could come to some arrangement where you instead perhaps kind of dig deep into yourselves and maybe give something more positive or constructive to those that perform in this space. And in exchange, we will not, my friend here will not have to remove you. Does that sound like something that we could come perhaps work with here?
I love this. Merle, I'm going to have you give me a delegate as you try to seek out maybe some amount of either alliance or like empathy from this painting.
Let's go. Ooh, no, 4.
Ooh, just shy. So this actually comes to an interesting predicament. So the painting does not seem swayed by your words. And as part of this, you would take on a condition. So the conditions are all based on sort of this idea that the stress is starting to get to you within this job. And they come in the form of either crabby, overworked, existential, or just done. So you get to choose which one of those you take. And then based on the one that you take, you will have disadvantage on rolls for ideate, perpetrate, liquidate, or delegate in that order based on the conditions that I mentioned.
Okay. I think for Merle, let's go with overworked because, he's not used to being out of the office.
You coming up and talking to these paintings in and of itself is more effort than you would usually like to have to put in. So it's starting to kind of get to you a little bit. The stress is starting to get to you. You're starting to feel just a little bit overworked. So feel free to mark that on your character sheet if you have it on hand, or I can kind of... Okay, perfect. Awesome. You're feeling a little bit overworked at this moment. And he says,
I will not be told what to do in the comforts of my own home. You, on the other hand, are free to leave. There is the door.
And he massages his temples. He's like, I really not get paid enough for this. I'm going to. It just turns to Mildew and the others, and says, I think I'm just gonna put a pot of coffee on. You take over. That's fine.
All right. I mean, it's not wrong. There is the door, but also there is the wall. And she'll take the painting and flip it around so it's facing the wall.
all right. And once again, you hear him saying, "Oh, buffoon!" as you cover up this painting as well.
Oh, does anyone think you can get any useful information from these paintings?
Millie, if you'd like to, do a ideate as you kind of seek out ideas.
2.
2? Okay, that's a success. I will give you this. As you ran your finger over that previous painting with the turpentine on, causing the paint to kind of dissipate, one thing that you noticed was there was a small inscription on one of the corners that read the artist's name, which was Poblano Picante was the name of this artist. And as you kind of turn to look around the room to ask for everybody else's ideas, you notice that sitting on top of the piano is a sort of ornate paintbrush that is inside of sort of like a little glass display case.
Ooh. Fizz,
Hello.
you know how you're sort of all into the advertising and sales, so you'll know what will and won't be a good look, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm the creative type. Yes.
Okay, so drawing glasses or mustaches on these paintings, do you think that would help with sales? Just kind of sell this place as a fun place?
Oh. Well, I'm not quite sure. He's looking at the paintings that are sort of still there already, that aren't turned around, and are all of the paintings that are there, are they frowning?
Yes. And if you approach any of them, they start to go off on their kind of rude criticisms or just rude language.
So, Millie, what if we were to turn those frowns upside down on the painting, as it were? Make him happy. Maybe that will provide the positive attitude from each of these gloomy lot.
I mean, it's worth a try.
We could try it on one.
All right,
That's a real nice idea. I like that.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Millie, I'm a dab hand with a paintbrush.
all right. I'm happy for you to go for it.
So Fizz sort of grabs the little piano stool because he's not really tall enough to,
Yeah.
get into the right position for these. He steps onto this stool and he turns, the one that is wearing the 1970s outfit, the blinged rhinestone. Now listen here, you look absolutely fabulous. I'm just going to make an adjustment to your face that fits in better with your attire. You need to smile just like this. Look at my fabulous teeth. And he's just going to paint a wonderful smile onto this Dracula and put in those fantastic sharp fangs of his.
Nice. I love this so much. Okay, so you paint in this delightful smile over Dracula's prior frown. And as soon as you put the finishing brush on from the stroke, he says,
Oh, your aura is totally groovy, man. Can you dig it?
Oh, I can dig it. Yes. You're speaking my language finally. Don't we both look absolutely fabulous in this attire? Look at this gear.
You and I are truly Disco Inferno.
Oh yeah, and Fizz is doing the sort of John Travolta dance.
very nice. Awesome. And although the painting can only move so much, his head does kind of like nod a little bit to sort of the rhythm you guys are creating. Now I have to ask, what about the other paintings?
Well, we've got a lot to do here.
He's going to sort of talk to. He's noticed that Merle, he was kind of not looking great from that last sort of encounter with the horrible painting. And
Drink coffee that he's got from nowhere.
he's going to approach Merle and says,
I'm sorry for what I said earlier. It's been sort of playing around in my mind, but watching you work is a thing to behold, Mel. You have an ability of getting people to do what they need to do at that exact moment in time. And as I recall, you happen to have a workforce that is at hand, in the property. your
yeah.
fairy friends.
Yeah.
Do you think they might be able to help with this particular renovation that we would need on these paintings? As you can see, our disco-friendly Dracula is all smiles.
Yeah. Out of character, because obviously the spell was summon the fey creatures. Now I don't know if they're still around or if they've sort of dissipated.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Normally it would be towards like one task. But of course you're always more than welcome to cast a second spell and bring forth another, workforce, whether it be the same one or maybe you switch it up to something different.
Okay. And he's sort of like on hearing, like he nods along with what Fizz is saying and goes, kid, I mean, Fizzward, not Kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm the size of a kid. I can understand the confusion.
No, you have a junior way about you. It's great. We'll park that. What? You've just reminded me of something that actually could deal with this problem in a slightly more permanent way, and he'll snap his fingers and summon his void filing cabinet, his secret edge.
Very nice. Okay.
We could always put the paintings in here, file them away, as they are not particularly of the aesthetic of this particular. I don't think it really has the impact in this room that we're looking for.
I'm all on board for that, as long as this Jack gets to stay, and he points a wink over at 70s Drac.
Oh, and it 100% gives you a nice big wink back.
My guy!
Yes, I see you've empowered this one a bit. That's good. I appreciate that. The core competencies. Always thinking of our core values here at DDR. Let's. Okay. Well, if we form, some kind of, if you can delegate into some kind of way that we can get these paintings. If anyone has any spells that would be useful here, or any other methods that we could get them into this to me, and then I can file them away. That would be most appreciated.
You want them all rounded up?
That's right. We need to get our paintings in a row.
Do all we have to do is just take them off the wall, or?
Yeah.
All right. She has Holly just starts going and grabbing some paintings.
There we go. That seems like the low-hanging fruit. Yeah.
And of course, each one spits a series of kind of unpleasant, rude remarks as you pick it up off the wall and take it over and place it into the void.
Holly's just ignoring the entire time.
Yeah.
As they're sort of gathering it up, Fizz walks over to the piano and starts twinkling another tune. Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye.
Nice.
And Merle will supervise and make sure each of the paintings is put into the drawer in chronological order.
Oh, very nice. Okay, beautiful. I love that. Just a little added detail there. Fantastic. So to the tune of Fizzward's songs, these horribly rude and ridiculous paintings get put into the void filing cabinet of Merle's, possibly never to be seen again. So fantastic. As you guys put the finishing touches on getting rid of these paintings, you sort of clap your hands together, a job well done. And you do notice that over in one side of this room that you've now entered, you do notice there is another set of doors. Whether you would notice that before, I know I didn't mention it before, but it's possible you noticed it earlier, but kind of we're focusing on these paintings. But now you're kind of looking at it, seeing a next possible opportunity.
So double doors? That's what you said?
Yep. Another set of double doors. These ones aren't as large, thick oaken doors. These are more just kind of like almost like a double closet doors or something along those lines.
Well, looks like that's the next place to head to, right?
Let's go.
You guys open up these doors and find a long spiraling staircase that seems to lead up towards the one tower that this castle sort of features. Towards the top of it, where there's almost looks like sort of a viewing area, right? Somebody could go up there and look out upon the land that encompasses or surrounds this castle.
I think Holly just starts heading up if everyone else is.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. I always like to just double check, but no, that's totally perfect. So you guys head upstairs, and as you kind of peek your heads through what is sort of like almost like a hatch opening, you find a sort of, again, this viewing room. You can see there's plenty of different windows, open air kind of concept where with a few different like even telescopes that are sort of on little like pedestals that stick up from the flooring. And the thing that surprises you most is there is a table with some chairs surrounding it, almost like a small dining table. And there are people in these chairs, all of which seem to be absolutely asleep. You do see them breathing ever so slightly, but they all, they have their mouths agape. You hear an occasional snoring sound, or you see a little bit of drool kind of coming out of the corner of one of their mouths. And sitting across from all of these figures at the very end of the table, you see what looks like Dracula himself. His back is turned towards you, and he's looking out onto the, just kind of out one of the windows, looking out upon the land.
Out of character. Is it still daylight out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is very odd for sure, yeah.
Is he not in the sunlight? Is he like just underneath the top of the tower, or?
Yes.
I think that's him.
What's with all these sleeping peeps? More squatters we need to get rid of.
Fizzward, do you want to do an ID roll real quick?
Yeah.
As you kind of look over these sleeping people?
Let's do it. Absolutely another number one.
You're obviously your marketing department, right? You actually, here's what I'll say. This one's just a success. You don't have to call it in because although you don't know who any of these people are, one person does stick out to you because you work very closely with the sales department, the real estate agents that go out to these properties normally and work to get these houses all set up and ready for sale. And you recognize one of these individuals because she works very closely with your department, and that is Fannie Mae herself, one of the best sellers, if not the best seller that you guys have at DDR. And just like all the rest of them, she is passed out.
Okay.
Sleeping on the job, boss isn't gonna like that.
What kind of chairs are they sort of sitting on?
Yeah, they're like slightly ornate, but otherwise just like a wooden dining chair. They don't look comfortable at all. Anyone who's been sleeping in these for more than like a couple of hours is probably going to have just really bad like cramp or something.
Oof.
Yep.
So, and she's sleeping. So Fizz is going to see her there, is going to climb into her lap and
Wake up, Fanny.
give her a slap.
Like sleeping on the job.
I'm going to call that, we'll call that a impulsive action, which falls under perpetrate. So do me a perpetrate roll. See if you can wake up Fanny. Actually, it almost also falls under office pranks too, which is perfect. 3? Hey, that's perfect. Awesome. You slap Fanny and she goes,
Fizzward, what are you doing here?
Well, I've come here with other people from my workplace because you weren't doing your job. Why are you sleeping? And what are all these other squatters doing in this property?
The last thing I remember was coming here to get things ready to sell the house, and then what happened after that?
and she looks around and you see her face turn towards Dracula, who's sitting there. And I would argue that with the shout and the slap, I think he's probably turned around at this point. And she goes,
I remember now. It was him.
And he looks at all of you and he says, "Oh, welcome to my castle. Please have a seat so I can tell you all the story of my financial woes."
think I'll stay standing from the sleep chairs. Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't cast anything on the chairs, I swear. These guys all just, well, it was very rude. They sort of just conked out after maybe 20 minutes of my tales.
Well, if that's the case, could you make it more of like a summary of said?
Yeah, like a
Thank
real
you.
one pager would be appreciated.
One pager. Oh, you want like the bullet points?
Yes,
Give or take, yeah.
just the real top points. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Bought the castle, and then I got really scammed the crap out of my buddy Tutankhamun, hence the mummies. And I tried to fix the situation with skeletons. They were less than helpful. And
Not fair.
tax evasion.
Yeah, that last one will always kind of do you in.
It turns out the IRS is far more a formidable foe than Van Helsing ever succeeded in being.
You've lost this property to your financial woes. Is that what you're saying? Which is why it's come underneath our departments to sell.
Oh, so you're here with the real estates as well, just like all of these people. Yes, that is the unfortunate truth. I lost the house. It was seized by the bank.
Oh, I see. Perhaps there has been some kind of misunderstanding, and this could be discussed with the higher ups in our department, in our company. If you maybe wish to pay them a visit, we could certainly arrange a meeting or sign some documentation or something.
If you think it will help. I mean, to be fair, my lawyer is just Frankenstein's monster, and he barely speaks English. So the readings of the paperwork, well, it was difficult to follow. If you think that there is a way, I could retain my castle.
If you wouldn't mind, may we have a moment to discuss amongst ourselves about your very particular problem? Mr. Dracula, I like your outfit, by the way. It looks fantastic on me.
I was just noticing you were all wearing it.
Oh, yeah, we love your style.
It wasn't their choice.
It's very nice.
Mine, on the other hand, was through definite choice.
It does look good on you, I will admit. But yes, of course, please have your aside.
So, Fizz sort of gets into a work huddle.
Okay, I love it.
Work huddle.
With
Yeah.
Right, well, obviously, our man here, Drac, he carries this aura and renown of being a particularly famous person. What if we were to adjust it so rather than selling the property, we could have it as a rental and use the prestige that we would get from having people come and stay at Drac's pad.
That is, sorry, go ahead, Millie, but I think that is a fair point.
Well, could we not add him as a feature? So, you get this castle and you get Dracula living here. He's going to be here. He's going to host all your parties. He will maybe get rid of those people that you don't like hanging around you.
Wait, I'm sure we could sort of drive the advertising for something like that into the... Yeah, Millie, you've got something there too. Owning a property with Dracula.
I think you could also go down the route of making it more of like an Airbnb sort of deal, where like he always hosts and like you have to like it's like a subletting thing where like he gets a little bit of the cha-ching and then in return he gets to host the party. Order his like mummies and skeletons and stuff to kind of do the cleaning and everything like that. A self-sufficient, more sort of location, maybe even wedding venue.
I hate to push back on all of your ideas, which I think that there's strong ideas all around in this huddle. I most appreciate that, but let's not forget the core values of DDR, and the customer always comes first. That is.
That is fair. That is a fair point.
And we were tasked by Voldemortgage that we need to remove the squatters. So I was where my head was at was, and this is just my idea. I'm just going to stick it in your think walk. If it doesn't sizzle, that's fine. But what if we were to, as we discussed before, to let our friend here leave the building on the pretense of going to sign documents. Could even sign a little something here that's some sort of guarantee that we will not reclaim the property in his absence or whatever. Put it in the void filing cabinet, right? There, disappears, gone. And then as soon as he's outside, then problem gone.
I mean, I think that works too. I do agree that I don't think Volta Mortgage is going to be as thrilled, and I know for a fact that we need to make sure that we get this job done right. And I don't think our company's going to want to split the funds with, Dracula.
And tax evasion is a crime, so we would be, aiding and abetting a criminal.
Exactly. And I can't go away to jail with this beautiful face.
I mean, I'm a few years from retirement. I really don't want to get involved in that.
Oh, you make a good point, but I like his style, and there is something potentially there about being able to use his name to up the price of the property.
Like a celebrity kind of seal pull.
Yeah.
I think you could also do that without Dracula himself being there. Oh, wait, what if we say something like, hey, you can be near the mansion or the castle, but you just can't be in it?
What if they was part of the mansion staff?
They're saying if Dracula was part of the staff of his own castle.
Or
throwing it out there, yeah.
Hear me out here. Maybe we do kind of something that helps everyone. Obviously, Dracula ain't gonna get to keep the castle. So what if we do instead is what we try and get Dracula out of the castle, and then what we say is, hey, you can't go back in the castle because this is going to be somebody else's property. But what he could do is then set up his own little hayride or something outside of the castle, and then it becomes his own little hiking trail or Dracula's path, you know what I mean? Where it's its own whole thing where he can even do tours around the castle that don't interrupt into the people that are there, and we don't have to talk about the fact that Dracula now has his own little side business, so it's getting his own little money maker kind of going. He's not in the place. We sell the general area, and he's not going to be doing hay rides until after the next couple of days after the little house party.
That is certainly out of the box thinking, and that really is there's a lot of moving parts.
It's a best of both worlds scenario. I see no downside. I truly think that could work.
Mildew,
Ear to ear.
What do you think, Millie? What do you think, Millie?
Don't know. I mean, I do think him staying here would probably be easiest for everyone involved, because I think turfing him out is going to be quite hard. But also, I was thinking, technically, we were told to make sure that this property is ready for a party tonight, that it's cleaned, that there's no traps, there's no squatters, and it's redecorated. So what if we enlist Dracula into helping us, then he doesn't become a squatter. He can help us set it all up. He can help us throw the most amazing, best party. And, I don't want to take him to her, but maybe be all right, now you work with us.
Light bulbs, ideas happening in all fizzing up in me head
I get it. If your name, that's good.
Yeah. What if since we're going to be organising a party for this evening anyway, like you said, Millie, getting Dracula on board to help us with the shindig. But what if we were to put ticket sales with the name of Dracula, this fancy shindig, in this fantastic castle? I could work around some sort of social content that we could sort of put out, get people excited, come down, pay a price, get a photo of some kind with old Drac there, and maybe some of those proceeds could go to them to buy the property.
Okay. I'm feeling some synergy developing. Maybe we could. Yeah, it could be Dracula's farewell party.
Farewell tour. Yeah, everyone needs one.
I like it.
Send him off in style. Maybe tell the cops. Passive agent is a crime. I have to.
Considering he did just straight up, flat out, just admit to that, I feel like it. Hey, wait, wasn't that being recorded on your phone?
I didn't have it at that particular moment, but
That's okay. There's learning, and deepening. Core competencies.
So you guys hear Dracula kind of call out from behind you guys. He says, "So have you done it? Have you found the solution to my current predicament?"
We might have a certain proposal.
I'm all
that we
ears.
Yes.
And thanks. And I also have the rest of my body as well, but it's neither here nor there.
Well, and Fizz is going to look to the manager, and
do you want to? I think you guys both speak the same language. Boring.
I mean,
What?
No.
Let's circle back to that. I'll touch base and reach out. Okay, what am I doing?
I guess letting them know. Well, I guess we could all tell them, but I thought, give you the opportunity to.
So we're going with the party plan.
Yeah. For the tickets and stuff. Yeah.
Farewell tour, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hayride, if you can work it though.
I will make sure to circle back to that.
Hollister nods his head, expectantly waiting for the hayride to make its way in there.
Well, that's one way to make hay. He mutters to himself as he goes over. Okay, so Mr. Dracula, sir.
Oh yes, call me Dracula.
Okay. So we have a proposal. So obviously we are representatives of the realtor. So therefore, your castle is of course going on the market, and we need to make it ready for market. However, also it was under the instruction of our company that there will be a party tonight. So we thought, why not make you the how'd you call it? The lightning rod, the catalyst, the focal point, if you will, the main event, thank you, yes, the star of the event, Dracula's party, Dracula's farewell party. Because of course, you understand that obviously you cannot stay living here. You are a wanted felon, and this is no longer your property. I'm sure you understand that. So why not, instead of going down the line of having a robust discussion where we get authorities involved, why not turn it into the event? Go out with a bang, like really think outside the box. A hayride could be involved, for example. Yeah.
What we'd like to do Mr. Dracula. Exactly like Mel said, we want to make you the star. And since you'd be the star attraction, people coming to see you, this wonderful property, maybe there could be some sort of financial security that you might be able to get from certain ticket sales that we could put out if I get the social strategy right.
Thank you. Yes, I forgot about the ticket sales. Yes, exactly.
If all going well, and this is as big of a shindig as we're going to try and make it for you, maybe you would have earned the funds to buy the property back outright.
Yeah, this could be the first of its kind, a disruptive innovation, like really bleeding edge of technology, of innovation, of realty. Because DDR, we put the monster in moving. That is one of our core values.
Yeah, it's the jingle. We put the monster in realty.
Moving, but yeah.
I love that. That's amazing.
So what you're saying is that we have a nice big party here at the castle tonight, and we use it as sort of a, what is it? The kids are always calling it a sort of GoFundMe to help reinstate my ownership of the castle from the bank. Perhaps pay off all the property taxes I owe.
Yeah, if you like, yeah. Yes, a little...
That's one way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah, a fundraiser, or, you could also view it as a kind of send-off.
A send-off?
Yeah, we get you all of the money so that you can then start another castle somewhere else.
It all depends on how much money we make from the event. If it all comes through, I mean, that's your money to do with as you will, right?
Yeah, Fizz will get a virus. Is that what they say? You're going to make it have a virus?
Yeah, I'll make it go viral on social. Yeah.
Right, that. Yeah.
I'm gonna have Merle roll me a delegate check.
Okie dokie.
What'd you get? 2.
No.
Damn.
No!
Hello.
What's so wrong?
Why?
Every roll has been fine when it's nothing to do with delegate. As soon as it's delegate,
You have one job.
Well, at least you're sticking to your guns.
I mean, you are.
it is my core competency.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like your main thing, so it makes sense, I suppose.
I might have to use a word of power here as well, I think, to turn the tide of what's going here. And I think I have got one that actually is suitable for this situation. So we will see.
Words of power. All right, we're going to cast a spell. I see that it is a 2, which definitely would be off. Real quick, would you like to choose a condition to take on?
Yes, Krabby.
Krabby, yep, that's totally fair. I think that's fitting for this situation. You've pitched a brilliant idea, and for some reason, Dracula just kind of looks at you and he goes,
Well, hold on, this kind of feels like I'm getting kicked out, which is exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
And then you said something about casting.
Well, look, think of it as, okay, maybe temporarily, but in the long term, the thing that will empower you, that everyone will go away picturing, is Dracula, and then the greenish sort of tinge starts coalescing around Merle again, and he says, swag.
And so, like, what appearing is just like there's little action figures and there's mugs with Dracula on it.
It's like summoning, like, from the ground, like all these roots start taking shape into, like, different sort of bits of merch.
That's so awesome.
Okay, hold on now. Hold on. This is interesting. Tell me about this. This is good.
Well, marketing's not really my area, so I'm going to have to defer to my colleague here at Fizz, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, what we could do, Dracula, my old chum, look at your beautiful visage. You've got style, you've got pizzazz. I'm wearing it right now because I just can't help myself. You look fantastic. People want to be around you. People want to be you. Absolutely, we can make this a viral success. And if things go off as well as I think with let me just have a look at my figures here. Look at within the stock markets and how well we can get you to rise. And he's going to also sort of use a spell here with his words of power as he's scrolling through on his tablet. He's going to borrow that word that Merle has used and stock market swag to suggest the aura of the name that we have here with Dracula, and how high we can get that to rocket up for his, as he's put it, GoFundMe campaign in this Drac Attack event.
Okay, very cool. You've got the marketing already running. I'm imagining like a holographic looking sort of like projection screen pops up, and you just see like an arrow. There's like the grid, and there's like a little arrow that just starts going up, and it has a couple of like minor dips here and there, but it just continues to go up, with this idea behind this big party featuring Dracula, but then also like the following merch that would kind of stem from it as well. And his eyes just kind of bug out a little bit. You practically, it's almost like a cartoon where you almost see like cha-ching as like dollar signs pop up over his eyes. And he goes, okay, I like where this is going. I look just like I did in my heydays. Do you really think there's that many Dracula fans still out there that would be all over this stuff?
Well, let me put it this way to you, Drac, me old chum.
He lifts up his tablet and he's been sort of live streaming very shortly as these figures have been going up.
Say hello to the world, Dracula.
Oh my gosh, it's on the camera. This is that newfound social media stuff. The kids are all, hello everybody. Hello, Mom and Dad. Just kidding, they are dead. Hello, everybody else in the world.
Yeah, we could have a party here with your man Drac. What
I
this
was liking this idea. We've got, hey, everybody, look at this.
And he holds up a little action figure of himself, and he says, look, you can have a little Dracula action figure. You can fly around and terrorize the villages of your little Barbies and army soldiers with it. Come down to Dracula's castle tonight. We'll be having a big fancy GoFundMe party.
That there ain't no party like a Drac Club party.
So you guys have kind of gotten, I think you've gotten Dracula pretty on board with this idea, with the possibility that you might be able to either save him or, I don't know, he's pretty open to the idea. I think he might have missed the bit about the hayride, but you might be able to get him back on it. We'll see, based on how things pan out. With that being said, with Dracula kind of at your back, what are you guys planning on doing with the mansion as it is, all the things that you've experienced so far? Any particular kind of final to-dos before you guys, or in order to get this place ready for tonight?
Fizz is going to use another spell.
Mm-hmm.
Go all out.
Hey, now's the time.
Yeah. He's looking at the property. He's looking at the potential fans that would be coming down to this event. And he's like, oh, I can imagine all of your fans, these fanboys, these goth girls all wanting to come and get a piece of this action this evening. And I want this place to have the most explosive, fantastical aura. And he uses his word of power. And in doing this, he's sort of looking to, I can see,
things in black. We'll have the seating, this velvety red. We'll have a beautiful carpet that leads up these stairs, and he's imagining how to emphasize Dracula's appeal, his style, and make it work for the particular people that he envisages coming to this event. So he's going to draw all of that out to make it as epic and as stylish, gothic as possible.
Awesome. I think that by use of this, you have significantly sped up that time to kind of redecorate things based on sort of this artistic creations that you've put together, drawings, and even like you use like illusion magic to kind of like, look, this is what I'm trying to go for. And then people are able to bring in the necessary resources to quickly get that up. And so again, you speed forward a lot of the redecoration time. Does anybody else have anything they would like to ensure they get done before this party tonight? You have, I think we said it was about noon one when you guys came up to the top of this area. We're probably looking at 3 to 4 hours before this party kicks off. So
I think before Fizzward does that, Millie will use her power word gas and clean the dance hall area we found downstairs.
Okay, perfect. Yes, using a gas to definitely get that smell out, because that's definitely going to be a big thing too, is that just sticks around in the walls. Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. Okay.
I would say that Hollister is going to use a word of power and create the spell Dream House, or basically on the outside, all of like the moat and everything like that, like starts to clean itself up. So like it looks like a very nice moat. And just the flora and fauna outside starts to look a little neater and nicer and more well trimmed.
Fantastic. Absolutely. That exterior is the first thing everybody's going to see when they stop by. So it's important to make sure that it looks spick and spam. So fantastic. Anything from Merle?
Merle is going to be liaising between the different teams to make sure there's synergy and that we're all moving in the same direction, because there's a lot of moving parts in this plan. Maybe implore Dracula to also muck in and help as well.
Absolutely. And I think to a certain extent, I think he has to get past a little bit of that famous individual mentality, you could say, to get himself to the framework that I need to be a part of all of this cleaning as well. And so it is very important that you're able to get him into that mindset so that he actually is helping rather than just sitting around and ordering people about or making it all about him at the moment. So I think that's fantastic.
Because a single stick breaks on its own, but then if you put 5 sticks together, it's a lot harder to break.
Absolutely. The age-old adage there. Fantastic. A bundle of sticks. Awesome. Well, your bundle of sticks is hard at work getting everything ready for the party. And so by the time that Fizz's marketing skills have blown up across the internet, attracting all sorts of individuals to teleport themselves to the location for this party tonight, the house looks magnificent. It is sparkling clean on the inside and outside. The exterior looks polished and clean. The interior spotless. And covered in gorgeous decor with sort of a gothic tone to it. So all of these, monster fans, these Dracula fans from across the lands, absolutely loving the vibes here. And of course, joining you as well is your boss, Voldemortgage. And he approaches you all and he says,
"Oh, I'm not sure entirely how the Dracula thing being here works, but I must say you have all done a phenomenal job at preparing this place for this party tonight. I will assure you all that you can expect next week one of the finest and most impressive pizza parties you have ever seen.
I love a good pizza party.
Yes, I knew you would. I know that's exactly what every employee is hoping for in doing any amount of work whatsoever, is one of those extravagant pizza parties.
One of those pizzas with like the different types of pepperoni on it would be phenomenal.
Oh, certainly. We will go all out on this pizza party.
You
And,
might say it's the key takeaway.
The key take. With that, I honestly, you guys absolutely nailed it. You managed to bring all of this together. I know Merle took a lot of stress throughout the entirety of that. But thankfully, you guys were able to overcome. And that was my write-up of Business Wizards. You guys threw a phenomenal party. We'll leave the how much money was raised and sort of what direction it went to the listeners to imagine. But all in all, you guys did an absolutely phenomenal job. Thank you all so much for joining me for this Business Wizards and creating such unique characters. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic time. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just for kind of a finish out, do you guys want to do any plugs? Haven, do you want to kick things off?
Yeah, sure. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. I certainly had a super fun time. If you want to hear more from me and my whole group, we are over at Campaign Casters podcast. That's on Spotify, Apple Music, all your sort of stuff. That's Camp AIGN Casters. We are a high fantasy TTRPG podcast designed to introduce you to your fictional home away from home. So that's all about me.
Fantastic. Awesome. Yes, definitely check out Campaign Casters. Do you, Andrew, do you want to jump in and give a shout out for Sketchy Rolls?
Absolutely. I'm Andrew. I'm the GM over at Sketchy Rolls. We are also an actual play D&D podcast. You can find us on Spotify. Everywhere there are audio programs that play podcasts.
Yeah,
you'll find us. Search for Sketchy Rolls. I'm also joined by cast members Jack and Claire, who also appear on Sketchy Rolls. So definitely find us there. And if you want to find us on socials at Sketchy Rolls, we're on Instagram too, and TikTok. Thanks. Yeah.
Claire, Jack, anything to add?
Former actor, now navigating parenthood. You can find me on Instagram at Clary Bell. I try and post there when I'm not covered in fluids.
Fair.
Parenting is really weird.
Oh boy. For myself, obviously at the beginning, I managed to front load with plugging my my more sort of nerdy pursuits channel. But if you want to follow me in my more acting and voice acting pursuits, I'm at VOJackUK on all good social media platforms.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you guys all for participating, for playing such awesome characters, and for taking the time to sit down with me and have a good time. I've only run this one once before, and so it's really fun to be able to see another group do it and the different decisions that got made along the way. So that's always really fun to me. Of course, my name is Skylar from Session Zero Heroes. And again, as everybody had mentioned, if you enjoyed these other members, please go check them out. I'll have links in the description so you can go check out all of their stuff, whether it be Campaign Casters or Sketchy Rolls or Clarabelle or Jack for the voiceover stuff. Fantastic work all around. Thank you all so much. And we will see you guys next time.
Fannie Mae is back, and I certainly won't be letting Dracula, or anyone else for that matter, catch me off guard again. I'm awake and ready to get back to selling. But before I head out to the next magical mansion or death trap dungeon, I've got a quick message for all of you amazing listeners out there. First off, a huge thank you for tuning into Session Zero Heroes Business Wizards One Shot. They love showcasing the wild and wonderful world of TTRPGs, and it's always great to have you along for the ride. Secondly, we want to give a massive shout out to the amazing team over at Sketchy Rolls, Claire, Andrew, and Jack, as well as Haven from Campaign Casters. If you enjoyed them and their characters, please be sure to check out their shows as well. We have magical links in the description for their various channels. Speaking of links, if you want to see more of what's being conjured up at Session Zero Heroes, be sure to take a portal over to the website or browse to the other TTRPG actual play series and one-shots. From the intricate elemental bending of Avatar Legends to the magical mayhem of Dungeons & Dragons, they strive to craft unique and entertaining stories across a variety of systems. There's plenty to binge and plenty more brewing. To ensure you don't miss out on their future enchanting productions, make sure to drop a follow or subscribe on whatever podcast streaming platform you're using. Same goes for the Aethernets. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Blue Sky, Discord, and Mastodon. Give them a follow on whichever dark or light corner of the internet you frequent. With that, I'm off to close another deal on a slightly possessed property. Be sure to check back next week for the SEH 2025 Monster of the Week one-shot, which I heard is truly chilling. A perfect vibe enhancement for October. See you all next time.